Hey everyone, this is Luminous coming you guys to the Pro Dota Commentary. This commentary is affiliated with DC, and for more Dota commentaries and content, check us out on DotaCommentaries.com. This is a DMT match, stands for Dota Masters Tournament. Yes, it is Chinese games. Once again, Ehome versus CCM, and for all those European fanboys out there, don't worry, I will be doing European matches once these Chinese tournament is over. But right now, all these Chinese replays are hot off Gosu Gamers. I just want to get them all out of the way. And Chinese is kind of my personal favorite, so I want to just cast them as much as I can. But this is Ehome versus CCM. Ehome, my former favorite team from the 2010 era. They were the most dominant thing ever existed, at least in 2010. But now they're kind of like meh. Or they're good, they're strong, but they are up against the best Chinese team right now, at least CCM on Scourge. I don't think I actually cast a CCM game yet, so this will be a brand new experience for, I guess, you guys and myself as well. And we will see what their picks and ban is. Right now, we see AA and Clockwork being banned on the Sentinel. Ehome having the first pick and first ban. Meanwhile, Scourge banning the Batrider and the Doombringer. Now, all these Chinese teams have very similar in terms of playing style. However, there is a couple of variation. For example, I believe Nirvana China is still a little bit more aggressive than most other Chinese teams, or at least that's how they played it back in 2010. I think some of it still retains. Of course, they did lose one of their most aggressive player, Yafits, so it's a little bit different. Whereas Ehome still kind of plays the same way. They just free farm and just try to beat you late game. Whereas 2010 Ehome, that's exactly how they play. They don't care about losing exterior tower. They're like, you know what, take your towers, I don't care. I'd rather trade a tower for 2 creep wave of farm for my carry on the other side of the map, and then they beat you late. That's how Ehome is playing. Whereas CCM, it's a new team. I mean, they have new guys. Well, CCM originally was a team around in 2010, but they weren't anything strong. Now they acquired players from all the other teams. Zoe, of course, Xiao A from Sunny, and here and there. So brand new team, and the playing style is very, very difficult to gauge. So I'm not too sure how they're gonna be playing it. Right now, Pugna off as the first pickup for Ehome, very good in terms of limiting what the Scourge should go. I mean, in terms of limitation, you can't really go heavy HP, or not HP, mana intensive heroes such as Lion. Although I have seen the Chinese don't really care about it. Meanwhile, on the other hand, we do see a Weaver and a Morphling right off the bat on being picked up by CCM. Quick Dota fact for you. Well, not Dota fact, Dota stats for you. Out of all the Chinese game I have watched, which is a pretty big sample size, at least in the recent version, out of all the Chinese game I have watched, the team with Morphling has won like 99% of the time. I think out of like 10, 11, 12 games, Chinese games I've watched, the team with the Morphling lost once. And that game that they lost was off some like terrible mistake that their teammate, the team did. Of course, I won't spoil it for you guys. What game and But the way they lost is basically they entered the team fight 4v5. Their line just messed up all their spells, finger death a illusion or something. So basically that was 4v5 in terms of team fight, and that's how they lost. But beyond that, I have never ever seen Morphling lose a game. So I'm not sure if that's spoiling for you guys, or maybe all of you guys are suddenly Ehome fanboys now cheering against that Morphling pick. I am Ehome fanboy in this game as well. I'm gonna cheer against that. I'm gonna cheer against the Morphling whenever it's picked because it's just such a boring hero. Although I think I'm going to spend a little bit of time discussing Morphling as a hero. Of course, it's a boring hero. You farm all day and then you carry late. But there's many variations, especially in Chinese, and we have seen many different starting item builds, or not starting item, but many late game builds. Of course, there is that famous ethereal shotgun build. There is that Lincoln Sphere into Manta. Like, there's so many variations, and I'll talk about how different variations of the Morphling build would affect the game. I'm pretty sure this is gonna be a farm fest game because hello, we're doing a Chinese replay, right? So as Ehome picks up their the second and third, Crystal Maiden and Visage. So right off the bat, it looks like Ehome wants to do some early aggression. Now, the third pick, Visage, has been phasing out a little bit in the Chinese scene. I think back in 7-0 or 6-9, Visage first pick or banned, like always, because of the lane dominance. Lately, we've seen the Chinese kind of moving away from emphasis on the lane. Of course, they still want to win the lanes, but they don't really care about it as much. And you can kind of see it from more jungling places, having Enchantress picks, having Enigma picks in the jungle, where you kind of sacrifice a little bit of power in the tri lane, and then you get a little bit more farm, get a little more pushing potential, a little bit more ganking potential. And as such, we don't see Visage as much. But I mean, Visage still a very hard ganking hero, well, not ganking, a nuking hero in lane, because it's a 4 second cooldown. It's a damage nuke. It's a long range casting nuke. So you could always get it once or twice, or at least twice out in a single fight. So that's really dominant. And right now, CM and Vice is being picked up. It seems like Ehome wants to do some early aggression, especially with this Pugna pick. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a pressure kind of build. It would surprise me very much so if they pick up a carry. Not because they can't play carry. Of course, Ehome is a very turtling team. It's because that I'm not too sure what kind of carry could outcarry both Morphling and a Weaver. Of course, both of these heroes on the Scourge end requires quite a bit of farm. So, the Scourge team won't be that strong early game as well. So, I think Ehome's good strat right now would be trying to beat CCM early. And as we all know, in Chinese, that never ever work. Well, never is a strong word, but it rarely works, because Chinese, it seems like it's in their blood that they know how to turtle, right? Like, what is the strongest Chinese race in Chinese ladder? It's human. Motherfuckers turtle all day. I'm not too sure. I just threw that out of nowhere. But I do watch Warcraft competitively sometimes. I believe a lot, like all these like strong Chinese player like Fly and Sky, they're all like Chinese. They're all like what you call it, human players, right? And I mean human towers and turtle. Like, and this we're translating Dota, and we're gonna turtle up as well. And Enigma being fourth picked up for Ehome. And yeah, that might seem like a more teamfight oriented lineup with Enigma pick, but I think one of the most underrated thing about Enigma is Eidolons. He pushes so hard with those Eidolons. Frankly, because you could just destroy their glaive thrower or destroy one of their creeps and start the push, with creeps up, and once they split, they just do an insane amount of damage on the tower. So that's really good. And let's see how the Scourge team is going to respond. They're going to pick a Venge right off the bat. Venge doesn't give you enough AoE to counteract a push. I think in terms of countering and push, things like Twin Head Dragon would be really good with Macafire, Dual Pref. Lina would be really good, a lot of AoE in those heroes as well. But Venge is always a good pickup because of Terror, minus armor on the creeps. You give your teammates a couple of plus damage with that with that command aura, so not bad. Venge is also a hero that's good throughout the game. She's good early game with those good spells, Terror, Magic Missile, but she also transitions really well into the late game, helping out the carries DPS. So what's really worrying about CCMs right now is that they don't have many AoE. Of course, Swarm's a really good counter pushing too, but that outside of that, the waveform is it puts the Morphling in danger. The power shot puts power shot's not that good of a counter pushing nuke. As we see, Ehome just kind of they gave it. Well, I don't want to say they gave it away because it's already pretty obvious. As they round out with the Necrolite last pick, so this is a full scale pushing lineup, and let's see how they're gonna lane this. I mean, if I was doing the lane, I would put Necrolite on the solo lane, Pugna on the solo lane, dual lane the Crystal Maiden and the Visage, and then put the Enigma in the same jungle as those dual lane. So that allows you a little bit of ganking potential. You can push out the lane with the Eidolon. It gives the Visage and the Crystal Maiden a couple of good early levels, which is going to be crucial in terms of getting those early levels of spells. These are spell-based pushers. They're not physical-based pushers. So they require quite a bit of level 2, or at least a quick level 2 or 3 to make it work. And let's see how the Scourge is going to round it out. Again, picking AoE base support here would be really good. They desperately need some kind of AoE defense. So again, Twin Head Dragon would not be bad. Lina wouldn't be bad. Let me see what else is there. That's what I'm thinking. We'll see what they pick here. In terms of laning, we're most likely going to see a Windrunner solo, a Weaver solo, and then oh, there we go, Lina. Called it. And let's see how are they going to be laning for. Yeah, Sentinel lane is what it's going to be determining. If let's say the dual lane of the CM and Visage lane against a Windrunner, they can push all over her. But if they lane against a tri lane, that might be a little bit hard. We do see a magic stick picked up by the Enigma, so I guess this suggests he's going to be going in jungling. No, looks like he's going to go bot lane. No, if he's going to be jungling, he wouldn't pick up the magic stick. That's 200 gold, too much of an investment in terms of, you could pick up 4 extra clarity for that. So I'm not too sure whether this magic stick is good at all, because if he's going against a tri lane, the magic stick is not going to be effective in terms of saving him. So I really, frankly, have no idea what this guy's doing with his item build. He might run into these ganking Surge Squad, and judging from the items, I can't really tell who's going to. Let me check. Let me check. Yeah, I can't really tell because both Morphling and the Weaver both have the Ring of Protection, so that those are signaling that's the trolling item. A 5-man gank trying to find someone in jungle. They do ward off. Very good awareness. We're gonna ward off a Magic Bush ward, trying to prevent. They maybe they are guessing that Enigma is gonna be defensive jungling, having a dueling bot. So they're gonna have a bot solo Weaver. Yeah, Weaver is not that hard to push against. Swarm is annoying, but you could definitely push against it if you have enough right click power. So yeah, they are blocking off the creep. They don't want the Enigma to be jungling, but little do they know they're not gonna be jungling with that Enigma. And suddenly, I think that Magic Stick wouldn't be that bad now, because I guess Weaver would be using a lot of we use Stakuchi a lot, so I guess you can build off a couple magic stick charges, but I think getting raw stats or raw regen would be a little bit better. And let's look at the mid lane. We're gonna have this is 820 on the Necrolite versus 430 on the Windrunner. Windrunner solo mid, we don't see this quite often, because you can't really shackle shot that well off. There's really nothing to shackle off, no trees. And she, her best ability is to survive against the tri lane. So it's really weird to see her mid. But she's definitely a very good mid hero. Have a lot of AoE to push so she could grab the runes. And also a lot of lane control through that great attack animation. But I'm going to focus most of my time here, which is very, very surprising that they're going to put a Pugna in the tri lane. Pugna is one of those heroes that requires early level. However, putting them in the tri lane means that they have a whole bunch of nuking power. All they need is a Nova, a Blast, and then a Soul Assumption, and they could kill, like, if not kill, then put any support in like half dead status. So, and this lane could push really, really well as well. We did see Ehome do, tri lane Pugnas. One. Back in 2010, they could get away with doing anything because they're just so much better. The effectiveness of this pushing lineup is still very strong. They have a lot of AoE to mow down creeps. It looks like Pugna is going to finish that Ring of Basilius. He's going to hovering over it. There we go, picks it up. And now we're going to see if they're going to leave the aura turned on. Yes, they are going to leave the aura turned on, so that's going to be a lot of pressure on that Morphling. It's not so much, well, Morphling getting the EXP. It's more like, well, Morphling's going to have a little bit harder time last sitting under the tower, because Morphling, as we all know, an animation, not the most nice thing to last sit with, and also his base damage is not that high. So in terms of competing with that tower, might require a little bit of trouble. No, it looks like Pugna is going to turn it off. He's going to be using that Basilius armor, I guess, to his advantage. Meanwhile, looking at bot lane, checking out the farm here, 5 and 4 on that Enigma. 6 and 3 on the Weaver, and it looks like Weaver, based on his positioning, has dominated lane a little bit. Let me see how much. Yeah, 3 charges on that magic stick, but he's physically very, very low. I'm not too sure whether magic stick is the correct choice here, but we'll see how this plays out. This is PLT, I believe. That's Chishi time. That's Lamb, former player from Nirvana, China. I have like all these Chinese players written down with their former tags, because they're all using like new tags. Oh, Weaver, not too sure what that's about. Xiao A, which is one of the carry players from Sunny before he transferred over to CCM. And it's really odd because CCM is like, they don't have many star players, or at least star player compared to like DK, right? DK is full of star players, but it's pretty weird, or not pretty weird, but it's pretty surprising that they are the strongest team in China. So this just shows you that you don't need star players to be I guess a really strong team. And no disrespect, of course, all these guys are really good players. Xiao 8, Zoe, and all of 430 Sansheng, all strong, very strong players, but I guess they're not getting enough attention, or attention they deserve, because they are winning games left and right. Gonna check out the mid lane. We are having a 17-8 Windrunner compared to a 6-2 820, getting completely dominated, probably due to that better animation on that Windrunner. It looks like he's gonna have a little bit more trouble with that Invis Venge coming in. No, Invis Venge is gonna go to the bot lane, and this Enigma might be in trouble. He's very, very low HP right now. A single magic missile and a swarm, a couple of right click would be he'll just be dead, and there's really no way you could outrun a Weaver. Smartly is going to salve up and regen up, so that's going to be good. Gonna check out the farm on the top lane. We should expect the Sentinel tri lane to be winning at 15-0 on that Oblivion, farming exceptionally well. Morphling 3-2, and this is the power of having a kind of a 3-range tri lane, especially with the Pugna. High base damage, high nuking damage. So not only will he hurt the Morphling if he comes in, that's like a constant fear of, it's like I need to stay out of lane, because if I come in, I'm gonna eat a blast. And actually, the Enigma is still alive right now. The Venge is choosing not to gank, at least not for now. It looks like Venge is going to circle to the mid lane. There's no wards, so the Sentinel do not know that there's a Venge going to be backstabbing. It is a little bit hard to gank against the Necrolite because, he has healing pulse. So it really depends on how this Shackle Shot. He could Shackle Shot off a creep and start right-clicking with the Venge, coming with Magic Missile and Tear and all that stuff. That should be able to do it. I am not 100% sure, though. Necrolite is taking quite a bit of physical damage. It's doing quite a bit of harass. So when the Venge comes in, he could get a easy gank off. As we see Enigma being chased under tower with the swarm up, taking a bit of damage, and now the Venge is going to be backstabbing. Yes, the Weaver is going to be coming in. No, he doesn't need the Weaver. No, he pops the Magic Stick. The Venge is not going to get a stun off, at least not right now. Oh, he's going to eat a stun. He's trying to juke. There's no way he could juke. It looks like Shansheng has picked up the first blood. That is the Venge, so you don't want him to pick up the first blood. It looks like he is going to die. Oh, to those Eidolons. Yes, good job. Good micro by Lamb. Despite dying, it's going to pick up a kill. Meanwhile, checking into farm on the top lane. 4-2 on that Morphling. Let's see how Lena's see. Lena's got 3, so I guess that's not too bad. But meanwhile, Crystal Maid's got 3-4. 23 on Oblivion, and 0-3 on 0-0, which is 357, by the way. So I suppose that's a good trade, having your top tri lane be dominating like crazy, but then kind of losing your bot lane. Now with Enigma, he can get his farm on. It's not that hard. Even if you're farming poorly, like you just like pop with Eidolon in the jungle, so that's really no big deal. And likewise, Morphling can get his farm on if he's not facing under pressure. However, in this game, he is going to be faced with the pressure. The Sentinel is going to be relentlessly pushing because they know they're not going to outlay both a Weaver and a Morphling. In fact, they're going to capitalize on the enemy team having a Weaver and Morphling. They're like, well, there's an engagement on bot lane. Weaver extremely low, and he needs to be very, very careful. Yeah, no, his Kikuchi is going to be cooling down. Hasted Windrunner coming in. Is there going to be a Shackle Shot? Double damage and a haste coming in. Black hole. Give me a black hole. No black hole. He's going to actually waste some mana. Well, not waste some mana. He's going to use the mana for the Eidolon. I think he could have black hole, and with the Crystal Maiden TP, at least kill the Weaver or the Windrunner. I'm not too sure what that was the best of choice. Black hole wasn't on cooldown, so not too sure what that's about. So pretty lucky for that Windrunner getting a double damage and a hatred. Meanwhile, the Venge in the mid lane getting some crucial levels of EXP. Even though Venge is quite a level independent hero, you want some levels on her to get, a higher level of swap is always better. As we see Windrunner coming in, still retaining that double damage, still dominating the lane, 31-12 versus 19-4. So we can see that CCM, despite not having the early game heroes, is winning 2 out of the 3 lanes. So they are in pretty good for the mid game. So we're gonna see. If Ehome wants to win this game, they have to recover in a very significant way. They have to push down towers so quickly. Again, Morphling will get his farm if you don't pressure him. So when I say pressure him, I mean like pushing his tower, ganking him like 24/7. So if they pressure him enough, then there's a hope. But if they don't, we're gonna see that luminous Chinese Dota stats. The team with the Morphling has lost 1 game out of all the games I've watched, and that's a pretty hard stat to go against. As we see the Enigma coming up, and this is what I'm talking about. Eidolon push, baby. There's really nothing you could do about it. There's that terror. We're gonna see some Dragon Slaves and whatnot. And this tower is already at very, very low HP, and Pugna is going to be just blasting it relentlessly. Tower already in deny range. Let's see who's going to be last hit. This is going to be crucial. No, a blast is going to be just easy. Oh, no! Wow, that's a little bit of fail. As we see the teleportation from Weaver coming in. Oh, the Enigma is going to TP out, but no. He's trying to TP the tower. He's going to just ditch a black hole. 3-man black hole. However, his teammates unable to help out because the Windrunner is coming in, so that Enigma is going to die. Yeah, he is dead. And let's see, the the Visage also dies as well. So this right now working out so poorly for Ehome. What Enigma tried to do there was he was trying to TP back to the level 1 tower, but unfortunately a little bit of miscommunication miscommunication because I think someone else was also TPing on that tower, so that TP time was a little bit too long, and he just died. The black hole was good getting 3 heroes, but the Weaver was chasing everyone back, so that black hole just stunned and did no damage. So right now Ehome getting kind of tranced on, and you don't expect them to get tranced on so early because they have the early game hero. I have no idea how they're going to recover. 29 and 11 on that Weaver. Despite Weaver not getting a lot of farm, or at least very good farm, he is 2-0, and having that early game advantage is going to give him some sort of benefit going into his item. Let's see what item he's going to go into. We have been seeing a lot of Hood lately on the Weaver. I'm not too sure what a Hood would be the best choice in this game because, well, there is quite a bit of magical damage on the Sentinel. There is that Reaper Scythe on that Necrolite, so a little bit of magic resistance wouldn't hurt. I just think that raw HP would be, well, I'm not too sure. We'll see what he gets. There's good reasons to get all the items. I think a Vanguard would be pretty bad because you could just set a Vitality booster for the raw HP if you need it. So I think it's most likely going to be a Hood. It looks like 820 is just not farming well because generally 10 minutes in the game you want to see a buckler, you want to see at least headdress, you want to be at least 3/4 way or 2/3 way to your mecha. But right now Zoe has nothing. He has like 33 creep kills. And again, we have been seeing kind of a trend lately in the early stages of the game. We are not seeing the usually good farm that we usually see. As we see initiation on that Necrolite. The Necrolite is going to take a magic missile, and now the Crystal Maiden comes in. Let's see if they get a return kill. They're trying. Windrunner is so very low. Both people low. Power Shot not going to get a kill, and looks like Crystal Maiden picks up a kill for themselves. ZZL, which by the way is Lone DD, playing exceptionally well, and looks like they're going to transition into a mid push. The Arcane's boot being picked up on the Oblivion, and looks like they're going to do the headdress on the Pugna. Note that teleportation going into somewhere bot lane. Where the fuck was he? Excuse my friend, but where was he TPing? Not too sure what that was about. Maybe he misclicked for a TP, but anyways, it looks like the Pugna is going to go for the mecha instead. They're realizing that the Pugna is farming far better, and I believe the Necrolite is going to get the Django of Endurance instead. This tower is going to be going down. And who's gonna? Yeah, they finally got that. So I mean, if you have a pushing lineup, it's crucial that you get every single last hit on the tower, because you basically rely on that tower gold. And if you don't get the last hit in, then you're just basically gathering 4 or 5 up, and then denying a lot of yourselves EXP time and gold time. But now this push is gonna be a little bit hard to stop because again, the Windrunner doesn't have the strongest counter pushing nuke. They do have the Lina, and that's pretty good, but she's only level 6, so still not having all her spells maxed up. And right now, Morphling is getting a little bit of free farm, but as soon as we see Sentinel take down the mid tower, he has to be ready to go back to defend the racks whenever the push comes. But right now, it looks like Sentinel is going to back off. Very interesting. They are pretty healthy in terms of mana, so I'm not too sure what that's about. And it looks like all their spells are on cooldown. All the spells that count is on cooldown. So I have no idea why they're backed off. Maybe they want to defend the top tower. Yeah, it looks like that's going to be it. Wanting to defend that top tower, don't want the Morphling just pick up a free tower. That's like the worst thing you want to do. You're going to be pushing, but basically instead of pushing, you're just trading towers. And that's not what you want to do against a Morphling team. So Necrolite doing a little bit of harass, but again, I think he's going to look for that Django. And Django is going to be a strong pushing item because they could just pop the Django and just rail on the tower. Tower's going to go down so quickly. And we're going to see a Smoke Gang coming in. Smoke of the Seed is going to probably get an easy kill on that Pugna. Pugna only 600 HP because he has gone for that Arcane Boots. Pugna going to go down, and this is not going to be good for Ehome. Scourge picks up the kill. And I mean, Ehome is just, they're doing whatever they can, but it looks like the early game has not been very favorable to them. They do have level 6 on the Visage, level 7 on the Crystal Maiden, and that's what I'm talking about. Getting the early levels on those pushing hero is going to be crucial. Necrolite needs to be careful. Great Shackle Shot, a teleportation coming in instantly. Morph gotta be careful. Are they going to focus on the Windrunner or the Morph? No, they are not going to focus on. No, Crystal Maiden runs by the Morph, but just lets her. Okay. Alright, so even though the Scourge did not get a kill on the Necrolite, but they did force 3 or 4 teleportation scrolls coming in, and more importantly, they are going to give up a tower at the bot lane. So not only are they losing a bottom tower, they're also losing around like 500-ish gold in terms of TP scroll, and that in terms of early game investment, that's a lot of gold. So even though they didn't kill the Necrolite, it's almost as safe to kill it in terms of the gold advantage and also the tower advantage at the bottom lane. So despite of having a pushing team right now, Ehome's only up by 1. Oh, I won't even call it 1 tower. They're up by half a tower because that tower is denied. So I have no idea what Ehome's going to do. Very bold buy by the Crystal Maiden. Pick up a very, very early gem. And let's see how it works out, because early gem is going to allow them to counter ward. Of course, there is a Weaver on the Scourge, so that gem invisibility is going to help out quite a bit as well. But right now, they need to have the Mecha finish on the Oblivion. They need to have Django finish. And those are kind of the two mid-game big items that they want. And wow, Scourge warding so offensively. Look at this ward behind the Sentinel Tower. I mean, I'm going to go to Scourge Vision real fast. I did cover this ward in DCDH number 4. Check it out. It's a 1-hour warding analysis. All the wards over the map as we see a gank on the bot lane. That gem being paying off right then and there. Long DD actually picks up the kill. But looking at the ward at the mid lane, it sees quite a bit of area, especially if there's a mid engagement. Here is where all the Sentinel heroes most likely would hide in terms of counter ganking, counter jumping, and whatnot. So this ward sees a lot, and warding it so early means they are just winning, and they are winning. It's 3-5 in the favor of CCM. There is a huge mid push coming in. Looks like Crystal Maiden is going to be defending. What is that Nova's? Crystal Maiden's Nova level 4. I love this build. This is the way to play Crystal Maiden. Yes, you heard it from me. This is the way to play Crystal Maiden. None of that maxing aura BS. Like, I'm not sure if you watch Cold-Blooded's commentary. Cold-Blooded, by the way, is one of our newer commentators from JotaCommentaries.com. I highly advise you, after this game, after my commentary, go to his channel or search him on YouTube. It's DC Cold-Blooded, all in one word. And if you guys enjoy my style of commentating, which is a little bit more strategic focus, he does similar things. Like he is a very strategic focused commentary. He likes to do an analysis. And I think if you enjoy my style, you would enjoy his style as well. So if you want to look for more... Of course, I don't want to say, he's just a Lumi clone. He does a lot of other stuff that's a lot better than I am. But the reason I brought up Cold-Blooded is that he has a firm belief that Crystal Maiden a lot of time is played incorrectly in terms of maxing the aura by 7. She'll just be a useless hero. She can't right click. She can't even nuke for a support hero, and that's because she's maxing aura by 7. However, I love Lone DD's build right now, maxing the Nova by 7, and you can see that his Brilliance aura only level 2. This means that Nova actually, if you think about it, it's so strong. It's a 5-second slow at level 4, huge amount of AoE damage, and if you don't max it, it's like a 2.5 seconds slow, and that's just not even close. It looks like the Ehome push is going to be continuing. They're losing the early game, but they're pushing so aggressively, and the Scourge already using their glyph, so that means if the Sentinel does get this tower down, there's going to be no glyph for that Rax, and that might be a little bit crucial. Mana still very no, actually Pugna out of mana. Great shackle shot getting both the support heroes, but unfortunately the Scourge team can't initiate right now. Again, Morphling trading a tower. Morphling got... No, they didn't trade a tower, but Morphling getting a free farm right now, and that is crucial. This tower is going to go down. No, deny. X got the last hit, and I think that's all Sentinel could get right now. The Pugna out of mana. Necrolite also very low on the mana as well. And it looks like this, I mean, this is what you do as the Morphling. You just annoy like hell. And someone just poked me on TeamSpeak, and now my screen is going like crazy, but hopefully that won't... Would I even... You know what? For everyone that's watching live, I am going to pause this at the 28-minute mark. And the last time, I'm going to fix some little lag issue. I don't want to make this game as annoying for me. Looks like the Scourge is going to counter push. They still have a couple of good mana. Critically, the Slayer does not have the Laguna Blade. Going to be pausing soon, so pause with me. Go. Alright, a little bit of technical difficulties, but we're right back in the game. Level 8 Pugna, so still haven't... I don't think... Does he even have Decrep? I think he skipped his Decrep. I'm going to check his ward next time he pops it up. At least I haven't seen it casting once. So he is... I mean, the problem with the pushing team is that because you're pushing so often, you're gathering as 5. So, you're going to be very low level. That's why I said earlier, getting early levels as a pushing team is crucial, and right now it's not working well for Ehome because they die so many times. So that early level is not coming right now, so they have to go back to farm a little bit, get some individual levels. But unfortunately, when you do things like that, you just give the defending team, in this case CCM, more time to defend in this, and they're actually going for a counter push. I don't think this tower will go down though. Crystal Maiden goes in, she has a gem, there is going to be a level sword Nova. No, they're not going to get capitalized on it, and they're not going to get this tower either. Pugna now have the Oblivion, have the Mecha finish, and I think that push is going to resume. Enigma choosing to skip the dagger, which I believe is the correct choice in this case, because you're not going to get your dagger that early. You just want to go for that early HP. Ogre Axe is a good buy, and let's see. Necrolic has nothing, and the Necrolite still having. Oh, they're not gonna go Django. Interesting. So it looks like they're gonna go for the hood. A smoke gang with the Slayer and the Morphling is going to flank from the right side. Venge also there. Let's see if they could get a good flank in. They have to be very, very careful in terms of initiation. If they initiate and don't kill the Enigma in theory can get off a very, very strong black hole. We're going to see some backstabbing action. I think the best choice to kill right now is that Enigma or the Pugna because they do quite a bit of AoE damage. No, they actually they're a little bit out of position, and that means they can't defend this at least the first barrage of the mid tower. Morphling is gonna just go for the push. I'm sure he has a TP score. He does. He is gonna go for that Ogre Axe first, which I will talk about it as, you know, well, if there's gonna be some dead time in this game, I will talk about it. Nether Ward level 4, so by level 9, so that's 4 blasts, level 4 ward, and of course life drain. And right now the Scourge team doing exceptionally well in terms of defending. Of course, oh my god, Weaver solo, but he is okay for now. He's okay for now. Black Hole getting 2 of the carries. That is huge. They are gonna kill the Weaver, and they're killing Morph as well. Morph gets down, so that's 2 kills on the carries, and this tower, they're getting racks. They're getting racks right now. Ehome turning this game around through a successful great black hole, and this is the power of the Enigma, which is I'm so surprised why the European players never pick it. Pushes really well, team fights really well. Now the winner is coming around. Morphling has bought back. He is gonna go for the kill on the Crystal Maiden. Crystal Maiden, drop your ult before you die. No, she's gonna just run out. They're gonna focus on the Morphling again. Morphling trying to morph everything, but the nuking power on Sentinel is just too strong. No, he's gonna just walk out. Great Shackle Shot, getting 2 heroes continuously. This tower is gonna go down. Tower is not gonna get denied either, and 357 picks up the tower. Rax taking a significant amount of damage. There is no glyph. There's no glyph on the Scourge team. And these Eidolons are just doing so much damage, but critically, not enough mana anymore on the Necrolite. Necrolite 75 mana, Poundga at 53 mana, so all they got is physical attack. Are they going to kill the Necrolite? Necrolite so low, they're going to suicide for the Rax. Rax, come on, focus on Rax. Rax goes down, and Sandstone picks up 1 kill. Are they going to kill the Windrunner? Crystal Maiden goes down, so they're going to basically getting team wipe for a Rax. That's a good trade. I'll let you decide. I mean, this game is gonna be going on now. There's always gonna be that thought. Okay, we got the mid racks, so that means we're pretty good. We're a pushing team. We got a mid racks in 21 minutes. Not bad, not bad. The score is 5-9, so you're a little bit down, but it's okay. It's okay for now. Now I guess what's the word? The dilemma of getting a mid racks push means that if the game doesn't go anywhere, like if the, let's say, CCM defends for the next 20 minutes, we're gonna have a dilemma. Well, Morph is gonna get farmed because he could farm in multiple lanes. He doesn't care about big creeps, even though he gets less creeps in those waves. He's gonna just still farm it anyway. Especially when you have 2 carries such as Weaver and the Morphling. That means that at least for the mid lane, they will always have the lanes. They will always have the creeps. Close to their tower, so they're gonna have free farm there. Okay, and again, very little gold, but still gold nonetheless. So right now we're gonna see Ehome making aggressive moves. They are gonna go for the tower, but critically, Scourge keep being the side tower. The side lane's up. 2 towers still up for the bot, and then 1 tower is still up for top. So right now there's a lot of work that the Scourge team have to do. Sentinel have to do. They're gonna try to kill the Morphling. Crystal Maiden is not. Oh, Crystal Maiden, unfortunately, was not fast enough. And that's the problem with Crystal Maiden. Like 36 Ds are heavy, and you walk slow. And having only boots of speed does not help, and we're going to see this big push resuming. I'm pretty sure they're going to pick up this tower as well, but I don't think they can make a dent into the second tower. We'll see, though. They are strong, very, very strong pushing team. There is Soul Ring and Ogre, still nothing finished, no big item finish on the Enigma. Let's see, Necrolite does have the hood now. Yeah, he's going to go for Pipe, and then Django actually picked up Oblivion. Okay, so all the pushing items right there and there. Both teams using all their AoEs, because right now this is all it's about. But critically, again, this is a problem of pushing against Morphling and a Weaver, because they could just defend with 4 and then just push your other tower with the last hero, because both Morphling and Weaver are just strong pusher. So they're gonna just lose a top tower, and then they might even defend this tower at bot lane. So it's not even gonna be a push. It's gonna be a trade, and I don't think trading is always it's ever good for the pushing team. Yeah, I think the Scourge is fine, at least for now. And there is an Ogre Axe for that Morphling, and I hope I get to talk about it because I actually preface this commentary by saying, well, there's a lot of different playing style of the Morphling, but if I never get to talk about those playing style, and I think I will be able to talk to it now. Great Shackle Shot on the Enigma. These Shackle Shots have been on today. Yeah, I think Sentinel has to go back and defend. The Weaver is just threatening their top racks. Are they gonna make yet another go? This tower's at half HP. I think they're gonna just stay for this one last tower and then just go for the defend. Tower is going to go down. There you go. Good job. They should go back right now. They are going to kill the Windrunner, so that's good. Or I think they're going to do a Rax trade. No, Weaver's going to TP back. I don't know. I'm not too sure. Well, actually, I think Sentinel in this case, they would. Like, I don't care. I don't think the Sentinel will care about trading. As we see Enigma gonna initiate. Enigma goes down before using a black hole. This is cue for Scourge to chase. Scourge, great chasing heroes. They have the Windrun. They have the Waveform. They have the Sakuchi. You're not gonna outrun the Scourge. As we see another team wipe. Oh my god, I'm feeling bad for Ehome right now. Enigma got a little bit out of position. This is why Enigma is such a hard hero to play. Another Shackle Shot getting a 3.5 or whatever, like 5-second stuns on the hero. Enigma, the Pugna is going to go down. Crystal Maiden. Oh no, Crystal Maiden actually turning around. No, this Necrolite. Necrolite trying to kill anyone. No, buyback from the Enigma is going to get a good Black Hole. Black Hole getting 2 heroes. Come on. Pulse. There you go. One down. One down for Morphling. Morphling. One more hit. Morphling going to go down. Enigma carrying in the game right now. He's not carrying because he died. He shouldn't have buyback to do this. And actually, Weaver solo HP, but it's going to stick around because he has a high amount of regen. He's going to go for a hood into... Oh my god, Enigma is actually dying. Is he going to get the kill? Is he going to get a kill? He can't see him. There's no dust. He has to turn back. No, it looks like Weaver's going to be chasing. Weaver's going to be chasing. Swarm is on the cooldown right now. Midnight Post. There's no Midnight Post. He has no mana. And look, he might... Oh no, Enigma. Don't die, man. You bought back. You spent so much gold. You're delaying your BKB. He's going to just die. Can he TP out? Can he TP out? No, he's going to just die right now. So quite unfortunate. Samsung using the tear for the steal. Man, this is pretty bad. I mean, they did kill the Morphling in that fight, but that is at the expense of an entire team wipe and a buyback on Enigma. And I mean, Ehome still has one last push. They still have one last shot. They can win this game. You can see that the pushing power, although is degrading a little bit, they are still strong right now. So they have one more push left in them. If they win the next push, if they could get a Rax, then they would have the game. But if they don't get the Rax, then in this case, I think the Morphling and the Weaver is going to get just 2 farm. Everyone teleporting to the bot lane. Yeah, they sense the urgency as well. So this gives me a little bit of time to talk about that Morphling build. Like I said earlier, Morphling, there's multiples to build at them. There's a BKB first build, which is Zoe, pioneered by Zoe. Zoe always loves to like go that BKB build first. And I'm not too sure whether I understand it completely, but what that's really good for is having these mid-game engages. If you have the BKB finish, you are the top shit. Because even though like Morphling, his early game DPS isn't that much, but I mean, you still have the waveform. You could still go for a very low strength build because you have the extra strength from the BKB. You could waveform and just go for support snipes. Of course, you're not gonna outdamage the semi carries on the other end, but you're not supposed to. Just turn on your BKB, waveform back, focus on the Crystal Maiden, focus on the Venge, just focus on the support heroes. And with the BKB, you do really well. You know, even if you don't kill them, even if you don't kill the enemy supports, you make them scatter, and that's enough time to buy your own supports. That's enough time to buy your secondaries carry on your team to do their dirty work. So that's the benefit of the Zoe build. Of course, BKB always a very good survival item, but I think Zoe used it quite offensively. And we are then instead of the Zoe Morphling build, there is the 820 Morphling build, which boggles my mind. Right, goes for Yasha first, standard, okay. Goes for Ultimate Orb, standard. But instead of finishing the Manta, like, a sane person would, swap on Enigma, Enigma getting initiated on time. He's dead. Oh my god, this push just got so hard. Venge goes down as well now, but that this is what I mean. BKB, you are top shit. This game is over, man. Is that what I mean? Crystal Maiden dropping an epic, lagging everyone out, but low. They're gonna just right click her down, and Necrolite might be going down. Yeah, you're not gonna outrun the Scourge because they're so fast. So they're gonna just disperse. The Enigma just getting caught by 2 other heroes as well. She's gonna go down, so a team wipe in the favor of Scourge. CCM just secured the game, and their bell. Oh no, Pugna TP's back for another feed. All right, X. Okay, no, he's gonna be fine. Okay, That's fine. That's fine. Okay, so Pugna needs to defend top, so that should give me some time to talk about the Morphling build. So we talked about the Zoe Morphling build. Now we're going to talk about the 820 Morphling build. 820, by the way, is from Ehome. Um, but he's not wearing the 820 tag this game. He's wearing ZYT. Okay, anyways, so the 820 Morphling build is Yasha first, Ultimate Orb next, but instead of finishing the Manta, he goes Ultimate Orb, another Ultimate Orb, Point Booster, and finish the Scotty. And at that point, you're like, what the hell, right? And then he goes another Ultimate Orb, and then finish the Scotty, and then he transitions from there, like whatever he needs in terms of, oh, do I need a Ethereal Blade? Do I need a Butterfly? Do I need a MKB or a BKB? Oh, no. Actually, no, he doesn't even transition. After that transition, his build is, after he gets the Scotty, after he gets a Manta Style, he goes into Butterfly, and then he goes to Lifesteal. Yeah, I haven't seen him deviate from that build at all. Yeah, so that's his build, and he sticks with that. Now, of course, that build is not for early game fights, not at all, not in the slightest. Because for the most of the game, you have a Yasha and an Ultimate Orb, and unless you're farming like 820 would, unless you're farming like a Madman. He usually finishes Scotty and Manstyle in 25, 26 minutes. In a bad game, he finished in 36 minutes. But he's just playing 4v5 for the whole time. And again, you might be thinking, well, isn't that kind of late? Like, you don't have any kind of power in terms of early game fight. But again, keep in mind, like what I said in the early stage in this commentary, Ehome plays for the late game. They don't care. Like, you could take our exterior towers. We don't care. We go for the late game, and that's why that kind of explains why there's such a late Morphling build on 820. And I mean, we are seeing different merits of what, like the Zoe build, the 820 build, and so even though that Morphling is such a static hero in terms of his playing style, there's still many like versatile build. Like, he is almost like an Invoker in terms of there's many items that is effective on him. It looks like this should be the last push. Oh my god, there is a Radiance finish on the level 18 Weaver. This is not gonna cut it because they don't really have an answer for that. Sure, they do have a black hole, but that black hole has to be spot on. Like, you have to get both the Venge and the Windrunner and the Morphling in it, or else it's not gonna be work. Because unless you get all of three in it, there one of them is gonna cancel you. And right now, again, Ehome working on the clock. There's huge power creep gonna breathing down on their top tower. And this top tower already at kind of at 2/3 HP, and they can't dilly-dally, and Scourge is like sitting pretty. They're actually initiating with a smoke, very, very aggressive play. They're gonna circumvene, they're gonna go up behind. Oh, whoa, this is such an aggressive push. They're gonna keep the winner back. Okay, that's cool, But there is Essential War. They're gonna do it. Swarm is gonna be initiating. Oh, there we go, Swarm. They're gonna. Oh, okay. All right. Well, that is the most anticlimactic and the most ineffective. Oh, and this is cue for Sentinel to go because all these guys are out of position. Go. They gotta push. Gotta work on this tower. Blast on the tower. Nuke those creeps. Tower. Oh, okay. Enigma in position as well. Critically, no BKB, so he gotta be careful. Weaver skanking from right. There's that BKB. Is Enigma gonna get a? Oh my God! That Shadow shot. Getting one hero. Enigma in trouble now. Good dispersion from the Scourge. A swap. Get Black Hole. 4-man Black Hole. They are gonna get 4-man Black Hole, but no, a Shackle Shot gonna cancel the Enigma. Enigma goes down immediately. They're gonna try to kill the Lina, but right now that push is gone. Even though if they could kill a couple people, it's not gonna be enough. As we see Necrolite again dying, and I mean, this game probably will go on for 25 more minutes or even 45 more minutes because it's Ehome. Like, they don't GG even though the game's over. But you know what this is? This is yet adding to another a Lumi stat book, which is Morphling wins all games, at least in the Chinese, and he just wins all game. It don't matter what build you're going for. Like, you could go for Ethereal first into Dagon, like you probably win that way too. But yeah, BKB first, a Scotty first build. I don't care. Like, Morphling just wins games, and it's sad. It's sad. You know what the stats reminds me of? This reminds me of that Phil Jackson stats. Phil Jackson, by the way, is the head coach of the LA Lakers. His stats is whenever in playoff, whenever his team wins the first match of the set, he's like 43 and like 0. Like, he has not lost a set if he wins the first match in playoff. And that's a scary stat to go up against. But this is also a scary stat. It's like, oh, well, if you pick Morphling, you just win. I mean, now if you're scrimming, before you just start picking Morphling first in an in-house, It's not as easy as it sounds. So first, you have to have a Morphling player that knows how to farm. So you can't be last sitting like you have Parkinson's. No, like, I'm sorry, that's a bad joke. I apologize to anyone that knows people that with Parkinson's. Terrible disease. But you guys know what I mean. You have to have a carry player that knows how to last it, and it's pretty hard, especially when you know his base damage is not that good early game. He's have a weird attack animation, and he has really low range. Especially if he's paired against a really hard tri-lane. It's a true testament of the Morphling player's skill. So you have to have a good Morphling player in the first case. Secondly, is that you need to have a team that can play 4v5. Like, this is more not just how well the Morphling play, but even more of how well the rest of the Scourge team play, because they play 4v5 against a pushing squad. And again, if you think back to the early game, they were winning the early game as well. So they play 4v5 against a team that's earlier than them, and they won that. So yeah, the Morphling is gonna steal all the glory, but really it's the Venge, it's the Lina that won the game for them, at least in my eyes. So now we're gonna see. Of course, that Windrunner. Windrunner, by the way, epic shackle shot. I don't think he even missed a shackle shot this game. I think he missed like one, but all the shackle shot at least got 2 heroes or 1 hero. Like, haven't missed any. And this, I mean, right now Ehome is just delaying the event, but a swap goes on, and that Necrolite is gonna be dead. A lot of snoot goes on him, but yeah, without the Necrolite, which is the strongest tank, a Crystal Maiden drops the ult just for fun. It's gonna kill Lina. No, Lina's not gonna die. BKB on the Morphling is again just go on the back line, starts right clicking, scares all of you guys away. Weaver chases in. Crystal Maiden, oh, Crystal Maiden barely surviving. Is gonna just TP 4 feet away. Okay. Alright, someone got a godlike. 3-7 just died. Morphling gonna just farm, and then he's gonna replicate back. That's how baller Morphling is. Oh, we're in the middle of a big push, no big deal. Gonna farm a big creep wave at top, and then gonna resume the push. This is how unfair Morphling is as a hero. And I mean, Ehome defense right now, but this is cue for me to drink water. Of course, I didn't check farm this game, but farm is not really the importance of this game. This game is all about tower. It's all about positioning, and I think Ehome, they got twice caught out of position. Pugna got caught once with a swap in this the last push by Ehome, and of course, Necrolite just got caught by the swap. Just right now, and normally you wouldn't expect, players of this caliber to make repeated mistakes, but you also gotta keep in mind it's probably because Venge has high level. Like, listen, what's that level of Venge? Venge is level 12. That's level 1, level 2 swap. So you generally don't play against such a high level Venge, because Venge just feeds. But this game he was playing so wow, Venge, oh Venge, oh Venge, you are so baller. You have earn yourself. Oh my god, I feel bad for Ehome, and they're gonna feed some gold. Oh man, everything going wrong for the Ehome team. Yeah, I mean, I'm not even gonna say, well, anything could happen in Dota, because, well, actually, I take that back. Anything can happen in Dota, because you know what? There is that one game that Morphling lost, right? So, and before then, I thought like, oh, that team picked Morphling, they're gonna win. No big deal. But even Morphling could lose. So, I don't know. But hey, miracle don't happen twice, or maybe they do. But I don't think it will happen in this game. Heart finish, by the way, on the Weaver, sporting 2400 HP. Basically, he just walk in and just press S, and he'll just win the team fight. Like, he literally walks in, press S, and like, yo, where you at? Effortlessly picks up yet another tower. And okay, well, I'm gonna eat some apple, because I can. Okay, maybe I shouldn't eat apple, because...
You can have it.
You want apple? Yeah, you can have it. They can't... Okay. I was gonna say, they can't even kill a Morphling replicate. But, well, I mean, I guess I should just start with the endgame analysis, because the game is over. I think the game is won in like the first 5 to 7 minutes where I think the score was like 3-5 in favor of Scourge at one point. Great ganks from Venge, catching off Enigma in the bot lane, and then Necrolite just losing the lane at mid. And I don't want to like just say, well, A20 is probably. I don't want to say it's because A20 play bad. I think it's more so to do with the lane assignment. Because if you think about it, Windrunner out nukes the Necrolite in terms of having better range. She outs animation than Necrolite, and I think she out base damage Necrolite as well. So in terms of comparison like that, you would expect the Necrolite to lose the lane. So I mean that's. And then Enigma versus Weaver, I believe Weaver has the advantage as well. Of course, it's more. I mean, I, okay, Lamb way better player than I am, but his Enigma hasn't been impressive. So I'm gonna leave it at that. But even with all that, right? Ehome still got a 21-minute Rex. You might be saying, well, isn't 21-minute Rex not like, isn't that like pretty good? You're pushing team 21-minute Rex. That's actually pretty slow. If everything goes their way, like if the game is even, if they weren't in such a deficit at the start of the game, they should get like a 16-minute Rex. Because you have a Necrolite, you have a Crystal Maiden maxing Nova by 7. You have a Pugna. Like these are some of the best like pushing combination in the game. You have Eidolons as well. So like you should have an early like such an early Rex. But because the Scourge got those early game advantage, you got they got some crucial levels on Lina, crucial levels on the Windrunner. Windrunner was doing really well, and this is gonna cancel swap. Oh my god, this is gonna be team fight without Necrolite. We're gonna see Weaver and Lina, everyone coming in. Necro's like, you know what? I'm just gonna kill you. I'm just gonna kill you, man. Oh no, oh no, man, oh no. A20 trying to chew like a madman, but he's gonna just die here. Oh, pops. Yeah, okay. So, despite CCM having the I guess not as strong the early game, they won the early game phase, and that's the game. You can't be a pushing team and lose early game because that's kind of your thing. So I want to see like a Daryl play on Morphling though, but Morphling, I mean Morphling is winning the game with BKB Yasha, which is rare. He does have 5k on the bank, so I guess that's a Manta as well. But BKB Manta, I mean, come on, you shouldn't win game with BKB Manta. You should be like, you should win it like 80 minutes later. But this is a 41-minute game, so whatever. Tower goes down. Rack's gonna go down. Let's see if Ehome could at least go out with a bang, right? Fight a really good fight. Let's see if they get a really good black hole. At least get a 4 or 5 killed. But it looks like they're not. I mean, they are. Oh my God! Look at those shackle shots. All right, Q for black hole, black hole, black hole. No black hole. Wow, that was worse than Luminous. Luminous at least gets one. He just black holed the Moonwell and the grass. All right. Oh man. Call that GG. CCM is gonna advance in DMT, which I don't want to spoil, but something really messed up happened with CCM, and I'm pretty sure someone's gonna post about it in the comments. So if you don't want to be spoiled, don't look at the comment. Which I'm pretty sure all of you guys have already looked at the comment. I don't know why people get so angry about getting spoiled by the comment, but they look at the comment before. Yeah, don't look at the comments. Which is why I really dislike Ghost Gamer. No disrespect to Congo Times administration. He does a great job. Ghost Gamer. Probably one of the best news sites for Dota. But I'm just not happy when I just go to Ghost Gamer and it just tells you the winner of like the biggest LAN tournament in months. It's like, oh, Team X won. I'm like, okay, well, thanks. Yeah. So that's why I don't have Ghost Gamer's front page bookmarked. I bookmarked the replay page. I'm like, F that. So, well, I mean, but if you're thinking on Ghost Gamer's point of view, they're a new site for fuck's sake, right? If they don't tell you who won a big tournament, then they're not doing their job as a news site. So I kind of, but I don't like that. So that's just me. Which yeah, okay. So Okay, shout out to Gosu Gamer. Oh, and actually shout out to the DC tournament that's gonna be coming up. I am gonna be competing. It's official. Found some teammates. Found some people that would listen to my. Actually, I'm not even the captain of my team, which is a nice change because I'm actually a pretty bad picker. Like I would be like, whoa, I think you know Lena is where first pick. She's a chick. She's got like fire. I mean, like that's Shakugan no Shana, right? If she had a sword, that's like, oh my god, I would pick Lena first every game. But no, Venge. Are they gonna kill Venge? They're not. Okay, they kill Venge. Okay, all right. Trading the whole team for Venge is always a good late game shot. Another. Oh my god, those shackle shots. Oh my god. MVP. Who is this? Okay, everyone just leaves. Who's this winner player? Si Sanling. Oh my god, playing so well. Okay, so no end game analysis because I just gave it to you for like the last 15 minutes. But shout out to the DC tournaments. If you're competing, get your friends ready, get your rosters ready because signups are starting very, very soon. I think 28th of April or 27th, 26th. You know, check the fan page. But again, the warning goes out is that the sign up will be filled out very, very quickly. So if you want to compete, grab your friends, and 3 p.m. Pacific is when I'm going to be opening up the sign up. So you want to be there right then and there. Last time, sign up filled in 3 minutes. And since we have 32 teams right now, I expect the sign up to be filled in like 6 minutes. So be there. Second thing is go check out DC Cold Blooded, very good commentator, and I'd be biased here because he has the same commentating as I do. So I'd be like, oh yeah, DC Cold Blooded, you do an excellent job. Which in essence saying, man, Luminous, you do a fucking good job. Which I think I do, right? I think I do. Tell me that I do. Okay, I do. All right. Okay. So this, I mean, push. I haven't seen a pushing lineup win. I think DK tried to like 3 or 4 games ago. I think DK tried a pushing lineup of their own. They got mid racks down, but then you know they had a Turling lineup on the other end because they're Chinese and they just won. Well, I don't want to take that back. Pushing lineup will work, but that it's really granted you have to win the early game. Like you have to win it, or you can't lose the early game. Let me put it this way. I think if you go even into the mid game and you start to push, then it's gonna be okay. At least in the Chinese, this high level play, like because Morphling is gonna get farm, Weaver is gonna get farm, no matter how hard you push. So you know. So I hope you guys enjoy this commentary. And again, I will be doing more and more Chinese commentaries out there in the future. So keep in tune for that. And then that's it. Hope you guys enjoy the commentary. Until next time, this is Luminous signing off. See you guys.